Hey everybody, welcome back to Dungeon Builds. I am going to be your builder today, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit more personal. I'm going to be showing you a map that I made using Dungeon 3D for my own personal Pathfinder game that I do with some of my friends, as well as my fiance, the developer of Dungeon 3D. Now, there's a couple different reasons I want to show you guys this map. One, because I'm proud of it. I think it's cool. It's a neat little arena because the group is currently competing in a tournament right now. It's very cool. They're having a lot of fun with it. And also because creating this arena has a lot of more advanced sort of techniques and little tips and tricks to make your map cool and dynamic and interesting and also look really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on, if you want to follow along, you can set the map to 15 by 15 and replace all of the squares with the rocky ground texture. Okay. So what we're going to do is once we've done that, we are going to start 3 in, and on the 4th block, we are going to start placing walls. Now, once you have gotten your walls to look like that, we are going to start turning them. So select all your walls, rotate them into position, and if you're like me and you missed one, just throw it in there and rotate like so. Now here, we are going to set in a doorway, like so. Rotate this into place, and there we go. Now, if you want to do it as you go along, you can, but the materials for this wall, you can technically do anything, but I like the dungeon texture because it gives it that brick look. Now, the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is to give this the feeling like this area here is inside of a building. We are going to set a corner piece here. Now we are going to rotate it this way, okay? And you'll see why as we go along, why I decided to go with that kind of design. And yeah, so, and then what we're going to do here is we are going to put a wall here, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. So corner, rotate it so the corner is facing in, wall there. All right, so here we are with the first part of the arena wall. Now we're going to rotate, and then we're going to start placing walls on this tile. So you're going to go that far with your walls, select them all, rotate them into place so they are like so, and dungeon texture. Now here you're going to notice probably that this is not quite right. So I put the corner on the wrong tile, which is fine. It's actually meant to go on that tile, which means I have too many over here, and that should actually be there like that. Okay, so there should be 4. You should be going into the 4, not the 3. So, like so. Okay, because the edges of this arena are going to be used for something very special. So, yeah. All right, so we've got our other wall created, the other side of the arena, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, so there is our arena. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching. No, I'm kidding. That is not all we are going to do with this, but this is the floor of our arena. Now, if you want to do like I did to create some contrast so you're not staring at the same thing the whole time, you're going to select the inner part here, and you could use whatever material you want. They are on a desert world right now, or rather a rocky sort of ground sort of world. It's not desert. It's there's a lot going on in the game, and we'd be here all night if I went over all of the different stuff about the campaign setting that they're in. But desert, that's what we're gonna do. Make sure if you get any additional tiles, you change it back to the rocky path texture. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and create a sense of immersion, you could go ahead and add ceiling tiles here if you wanted to. I'm not going to personally, but if you wanted to, you can. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to create the bleachers. And to do that, we are going to select all of these squares we are going to go to blocks, and we're going to go bam, and there's going to be a whole bunch of blocks that are just suddenly there. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's going to be some advanced techniques here. And you're going to see here that these textures right here on these walls are freaking out because these are the same size. Now, you could get over this a very easy way, okay? And again, it's an advanced technique. It's something that you should do if you want your map to look good, play good, and your players to have fun with it. So we're going to take the height, we're going to take the scale of the blocks, and we are going to change the scale to 0.99. So we have reduced the scale of the block by 1/100th of a percent. Okay, that is going to make it so that just enough of the block is now hidden behind the wall that it stops flashing and the texture stop freaking out. It's awesome. So we're going to do the same thing over here. Now, in the interest of not making these videos too long, I'm probably only going to be able to do one side of the bleachers for the arena, but to get the full sense of the bleachers, all you're going to have to do is everything that you're doing on one side, simply do it on the other side. You just make it mirror like that. But obviously, nobody wants to sit here. They're standing behind the wall. That sucks. So what we're going to do is we're going to select these blocks like so, haha. And we're just going to go bam. And now it is level with the arena. Now, these obviously, people back here are going to be like, I can't see. Move your big fat head, you ogre, or whatever. And to fix that, we're just going to go bam. We're going to select the back row. We're going to put all of the blocks there. Okay. Now, that's it. You could go one higher if you really feel like you wanted to. Like you could select this row and you could go like that, and then select this row to kind of go like that. I don't know. I find that to be a little distracting, so I personally don't like the other row up here. So probably gonna just do that. And that removes all of them. Good job, me. I'm like Bob Ross. We don't have mistakes. We have happy accidents or whatever. So, but yeah, you could kind of do this however you like. But that's the thing, like, even as I'm doing this, like, to fix mistakes, like, there, it's already fixed. What I was going for is now it's fixed. All right, so what I am going to do now is I'm going to texture these blocks, and I'm just going to select all of the blocks, and I'm going to go with the rock, not the path texture. I wanted rocky ground. No, I didn't. I wanted road. Road. All right, so you notice I grabbed the walls by accident, but again, it's not a big deal. You could just select the walls. All right, so there we go. We have our bleachers. Now, in the original map, I went to props. Keep in mind, I'm doing this, I'm speeding through this because I made this map before. The first time I made this map, I spent, I probably spent about an hour on it. Okay, but now I'm just speeding through it. I placed benches like so, and then to give the benches a little bit more of a, I guess, presence, I scaled all of the benches up to 1.5. Okay. Just so that they're not blending in with everything else. You can kind of do it however you want. Benches here in the corner. Okay, I place a bench down, and then what I did is whichever corner it was in, like if it was in this bottom, I guess, right corner now that I've established, okay, if you're inside the arena, I just give it 2 clicks to the left, okay? If you're placing the bench here, 2 clicks to the right. And that more or less faces the arena. It's pretty great. And then just line all of that, like again, set up your bleachers however you want. Just rows of the benches. If you want to add the second thing to make the bleachers more staggered or stair-like, I guess you could do that. I just don't like that sort of blank guess I just don't really like how much space that takes up, I guess. So yeah. But yeah, so then you would just take that, okay, and you just go ahead and just do that. Do what you do over here and make it over here. Now, you don't have to do that. I'm not telling you what you can or can't do with your maps. They're your maps. That is what I did to make this arena. Basically, it was kind of bowl shaped, as I would place blocks here, like so. And then just did basically whatever is over here, okay, I just put on the other side, okay. And like I said, you could even go if you wanted to be fancier than me, which is by all means, you could make a ceiling for this, for the I guess the competitors' boxes. So you would just go ahead and just make a ceiling tile, raise it up to whatever height that you want. That looks good. I don't like that odd number, so I'm going to do an even 400 and then just do that. That is how you could go ahead and make it even fancier. And just for the sake of it, since we're here, since I'm now doing this, we'll just do that. There you go. You're still going to be able to see inside of it, and it's going to look weird if you don't change the texture, because I think that's the dirt texture, so that looks weird. But there you go. There you go. Actually, you know what? That looks really good. That actually looks really, really good. I'm going to have to go in now to the other arena map, and I'm actually going to have to do that now. That looks really good. Wow. All right, so there is my arena map. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Check out our shorts for the short builds. Check out more of the builds that I do. But otherwise, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.